season finish. Fellas, all these finishes have come off of big-time performers. If college football, if we stop playing ball today and we got asked to send 4 kids to New York, not necessarily in any order, 4 kids going to New York, one of them is a non-quarterback. Who are you going to send? Trevor, I'm going to start with you.
If it was today, the non-quarterback to me would be Blake Corum, a team that's playing really good football. We just talked about it a lot, toting the rock, just steady. Week in and week out, you know what you can expect from him. That would be my one that's not a quarterback right now.
Well, who's your other 3, though? Give me your 4 guys.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Coming into the night, I had Caleb Williams in there. I will throw him out of the list just because of the loss, although I thought he played pretty good football most of the night. But CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, who we saw, and Hendon Hooker. Those are my 3 along with Blake Corum. And then you could talk about Caleb Williams maybe getting in there as well.
Hack. So Trevor went Michigan tailback.
Yep.
Bryce Young, Hendon Hooker, CJ Stroud. Do you differ with any of those?
No, I don't. I think those 3 are definitely in there. And just to be different, this is for our guy, producer Trevor, who I agree, when you look at this, you look on the landscape of things, this guy's making some noise. If this team can mess around and play spoiler in their conference, this guy can make a case for his name. Chase Brown at the University of Illinois, running back. Stud. He's been doing some good things back there. Really good things on the national scale. So, that's another guy I'd throw in there.
I love it. I don't differ a bunch from – we all have the same non-quarterback. Blake Corum, again, when they hook the wagon to you at a top 5 program and you deliver every day and sometimes twice, you earned a seat in New York. CJ Stroud, to me, he's got pole position. Hendon Hooker has just played his way into New York. And that third guy for me quarterback-wise, and it's kind of rotated between kind of Bryce Young and Caleb Williams. I do think Cam Rising will make some noise. He's going to have some big storybook end-of-the-year games coming. But to me, it's Bryce Young. And it's Bryce Young because of nights like tonight. Stroud, Hooker, Bryce Young, and Corum. Trevor, if you had to bet half your 2023 income, who would you say would win it today? The single guy right now.
A lot of it is fan voting, right? Which plays big into it. I think CJ Stroud and Ohio State, especially not even playing on so far, like it's all emotional. This weekend was the biggest weekend in college football. So much excitement, and CJ Stroud is sitting on the couch, thinking that, man, I didn't have to go through any of this craziness, and we're going to move on. He is in the driver's seat, but Hendon Hooker is making the most noise right now. If Hendon Hooker continues to do what he's doing, if they go beat Kentucky, if they beat
Georgia, he slays the 2 Giants.
Watch
out. The Giants, no doubt.
Who did that? Who was the last person to do that?
Yeah, I agree.
Can't name him.
But I'll say this too. Like last year, we talked about Bryce Young, a little CJ Stroud, and remind me if I'm missing somebody, but it wasn't like a crazy big group going to New York. This year, we're talking Cam Rising. We're talking DTR even, right? If they keep winning. You've got so many more guys that you're like, all right, any other year you might go, but boom, 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 the guys that we just mentioned. To answer your question, though, I think if you put a gun to my head and I had to put my salary on it, man, I go Hendon Hooker if he does those things.
I was not expecting that.
The Hendon Hooker,
as he finishes that drink.
You could go through Trevor Knight for all your Hendon Hooker gear. It's trevorknight.com.
It's emotional thing. It was a big game. But now you guys have to answer. I'm curious. I'd love to hear your
Hack. You signing up? Are you going to buy that package off of him?
Here's what I will buy. I will buy that this dude, if he messes around and runs the table here in the
And
SEC
gets the White
East,
Walkers.
and it gets the White Walkers and is representing the SEC East in the SEC championship game,
It's over with right there.
It's over. It's over. But
Buy
that's
the
a big
t-shirt,
if.
baby. Buy
That's
the
a big if.
t-shirt.
There, field68.shop. There is a couple of ones. I just retweeted it on my Twitter. I'm sure you guys
Indeed.
will too. But I'm gonna bet if I'm betting house money. I mean, I'm betting on CJ Stroud. I think they're still gonna roll it, getting Jackson Smith and Jigba back, who was one of the dark horse picks for the Heisman, one of the best college football players, I think, overall, just position difference makers. Getting him back full and healthy here for the second half of the year, I think it's going to be a difference, especially with Marvin Harrison Jr. and the other horses they got in those stables. So CJ Stroud would be the one I'm betting on.
I'm going to make mine fast. CJ Stroud is the one I'm betting on. I think it's going to be drama. I think it'll be one of the closer Heisman races we've had. I think it'll be Stroud and Hooker, who coincidentally, I hope that's who, in a perfect world, can you imagine if we quit playing ball today, a Tennessee-Ohio State game in a neutral site? But for those of you at home, let me get you some volume. Go to Field of 12. Go to Field of 12. Get the Heisman 5 shirt. Hendon Hooker. There you go right there. Vols fans, while you're there at the bar, you can order this shirt online right now. Hendon already got 10 of them. He just texted me. Get you some of these. Get the great Christmas gifts. Go right now. Field of 12
Field
or
of
Field of
68.shop.
Field of 68.shop. Field of 68.shop. Your mother-in-law, your girl, I'm telling you, you cannot lose.
We're dropping our merch.
We got to start calling Underwood Daddy Brad.
But I'm a big pod guy.
Breaking news. The Field of 68 has an online store, and it's your one-stop shop for the latest and greatest merch in college basketball and college football. You can find shirts to support your favorite team, make fun of your rival team, or boast Field of 68 catchphrases like Daddy Brad, Cussin' and Discussin', and the Star Heels. Go to www.fieldof68.shop today and enter promo code TOUCHDOWN for 20% off at checkout.